Last time on Fate Extra. You're a model Sukumihara Academy student. Good morning, Rin Tosaka. Everyone, my name is Leonardo Bistario Harway. In time, it will be a name known to all the world. Holy fuck balls! I mean, really? Who am I? Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. I think I'm in trouble. Oh yeah, I'm in trouble. I'm dead. Oh god. Please don't forget my name. But we don't know your name, bro! Greetings, my beautiful viewers. I am the Hunter of Comedy, and welcome back to Fate Extra. So, last time we played as our false protagonist, you know, for the first, little bit of the prologue, and now we get to choose what, which we want our servant to be. Now, obviously, I already know who I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick a woman who wields a sword boldly, because that is Nero Claudius, the Umu Queen, and I fucking love her. But I will, let you know about the other two, because, of course, we have a stoic warrior clothed in red robes, and that is, of course, Emiya from, the main Fate series. You've seen him. He's, Archer, the guy in red. This is what he looks like. He's pretty badass. And then a magical fox girl is actually Tamamo no Mae, who is, from Japanese folklore, and she's really interesting. Picking her is like playing the game on hard mode, actually. Because, what they say is that, pick Nero if you are kind of, new to the series and everything. Pick Archer, the guy in red robes, if you, want a little bit of a challenge, but still, about the same. And if you want to play the game on hard mode, choose Tamamo, the fox girl, because, yeah, she makes the game a lot harder because she's very nuanced with how she works, because her attacks are based on her magic skill, not her actual attack. So, yeah, it's a little weird. But, even though knowing that, it's kind of easiest to play the game with Nero, I love Nero the best, so that's what I'm gonna do. And the one thing I will say is that it's very similar. The game is almost exactly the same no matter who you choose. They will sometimes say, of course, a little bit of different lines and everything, but 99% of the dialogue is still the same. Because, for example, when, when whichever servant you pick decides to cheer you up at some point, the text literally says, "My servant cheers me up." It didn't even say, Saber cheers me up, or Archer cheers me up. They literally wrote it generically so that you could pick whoever you wanted. So we are going to choose a woman who wields a sword boldly. Because she does. Saber, standard, a young woman clothed in crimson raiment with the mannerisms of a man. The servant is best suited for novice players. I'm not exactly a novice player, but I do like Saber the best. Well, actually, hold on. Let's go back and I'll show you the others. Archer, technical, a person of military mien with a enigmatic air wrapped in a red cloak. This servant is for players who want to use a variety of skills. And a magical fox girl. Caster, maniac, a half-demon shaman clad in revealing robes. The servant is for players who want to be challenged by facing true adversity in battle. Yeah. Either way, like I said, I'm gonna choose Saber, because, God, I love her so much. Where is the belfry? In that moment, gentle days end. So we're back at day 0. I always awaken very abruptly. I don't even think I dream. I suddenly find myself walking to school. My headache worsens day by day, until finally it buzzes in my head like an alarm. That day, in potom numbness, I awake twice as fast as normal. I walk to the schoolyard. It's clear and cloudless, 7:30 a.m. But what season is it? When I try to recall what season it is, I start to get so dizzy I almost pass out. I may wind up back in bed if I let go and faint. For some time, I've been embracing a rush of useless information. The normal stuff you'd see at a school, like the hustle and bustle of my classmates by the entrance. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. When I push that thought, my field of vision fizzles. Today, again today, there's a crowd of students milling in front of the school gate, and more are being directed that way. As to what's going on, there's a boy in a black uniform in front of the school gate. He's my friend, as I recall. He's Issei, as I recall. I remember this from the first time. When Issei notices me looking at him, he pushes through the crowd. Good morning. Lovely weather we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? We announced at last week's assembly that this month the student council would strictly enforce school rules. He runs through his spiel as if it was the first time he'd ever disclosed the information. I already know this. I know it. I already know what happens. It happened more than once. I'm seized by a headache. I'm so dizzy I feel like I'm being forcibly logged out of my consciousness. First, let me check your student ID. I should need to remind you, but it should be with you at all times. My login ID is being checked. It's so obvious now. I answer clearly to the question that usually makes me go dizzy. Yup, and now you can choose the gender of your character. Well, technically the sex. Their gender is, we now realize that gender is not just that, it's a little bit more than this. But yes, we're gonna go with the female student because, like, from what I've seen in a lot of stuff, like, I kind of feel like the female student is the more canonical of the two. Like, in the anime, they chose to have the guy, but it's actually not really him. But that's kind of a spoiler, so yeah, sorry about that. I may have just spoiled a little bit of the anime. Either way, we're going to go with the female version. And no matter what, their name is supposed to be Hakuno Kishinami, but there's not enough spaces for that. So we're going to do our best here. I'm missing it by one space. One space. Kishinami. Damn it. Hakuno Kishi. We'll just go with Kishi. I think that'll be better. And the nickname is like, for example, I could put Hunter of Comedy, but I'm not going to do that because I also know what her technical nickname was. Hakunon. That was just the nickname that she had. Her friends would call her Hakunon, or at least that's like, apparently in the lore, because unfortunately we didn't get a lot of the lore in the US. It's all just based off translations, so yeah, that's what we're going to go with. But, Hakunon. And I know I'm basing this off of, like, the original information instead of coming up with my own name, but as I've mentioned in other games, I actually like to use the names that go with, like, the characters and everything, because, I'm sorry, while I think that Hakunon is absolutely adorable, I don't really have a desire to be her or put myself in her shoes. I mean, like, while I'm playing, yes, but I mean, like, I don't want to be like, oh, Hunter of Comedy, or have her nickname be Brandon, like, that would just be weird. Great. There's no telling when an emergency might occur, and it will help you if you have your ID. I feel nauseous. I know it has nothing to do with what I ate for breakfast this morning. I feel nauseous because of the world around me. It's repeating itself over and over, and that's making me sick. Now, for the uniform inspection, collar, check, pant hems, check. Technically, I don't think she's wearing pants, actually. She's wearing, like, a skirt. Check, and your socks, check! Yeah, she's wearing a skirt. Yeah. I want him to get out of my way. I want this repetition to stop. I push him aside and go forward. I'm not nice about it, either. Next to the content of your bag, notebooks, textbook, pencil box, on a whiff of contraband. Yeah, he's literally, like, a program going through the motions. Yep. He keeps on talking loudly, even though even though he's facing no one. I have a headache. I'm shivering. I know one thing for sure. This is wrong. This is not the school I know. It can't be. I have to go. I have to hurry and wake up, or else it will be too late. But who am I? Awakening for... Sorry, who am I awakening for? My anxiety and headaches are only getting worse. Afternoon arrives while I desperately try to find a way to escape this bizarre situation. And as is now the norm, my vision is overlaid with some kind of unnatural distortion. Uneasiness, futility, emptiness. I want someone to explain to me the true nature behind all these feelings. There must be a key somewhere. Something that will have the answers to all my questions. Yep. Man, where is everyone? It's like a ghost town around here. Things are getting weird. Yep. Yeah, this is the same from before as when we were the other guy. Her uniform is pretty interesting too, because it's literally just a long uniform, like with like a skirt. Like her coat almost goes all the way down over her. Oh, there's the guy we were playing as. He didn't even have a name. That's sad. The moment I step foot on the first floor, my feelings of unease intensify. There's a student wearing a red uniform, Leo, the new transfer student. The instant I lay eyes on him, I immediately feel intimidated and humiliated. There's also someone trailing behind him. It looks like one of my classmates. And if you'll actually notice, if you'll go back and like Future Brandon, insert that picture here, because you know we're definitely going to need that picture to explain this. You actually see both of the male and female gender of the students and everything in like in the class in front of like the false protagonist. You know, you like here in this picture you can see like they're just sitting right in front of him. So yeah, like that's the thing I noticed that I didn't want to say until right now, because I didn't want to, you know, spoil that for anyone who hasn't played this. The more I think, the more I realize that Leo isn't the only anomaly I've come across while on campus. There are other things that seem off as well. It's becoming clearer now. There are people who shouldn't exist. Students that mysteriously vanish. The fabric of reality is coming unraveled. Don't turn away now. What is the truth? Don't turn away now. What defines the world you know? Don't turn away now. There's a reason why you're here. Come. Do not allow yourself to close your eyes to the truth. Yep. Leo and one of the guys from my class are talking in the hallway up ahead. The attention to... Oh, this we've already seen before, actually. But we didn't know that he was... That's why Leo said, how about you guys? What are your thoughts on this? Because he wasn't just talking to the false protagonist, he was talking to us as well. You guys? For a moment, it feels as if he is including me in his comment. However, Leo begins speaking to my classmates, seemingly oblivious to my presence. Yeah. Leo gives me a smile with no hostility. However, I have the suspicion that there is something malicious behind his smile. Yeah, I'm skipping his stuff because we already saw it at the end of the last episode. With those final words, Leo turns his back on me. Yep, and Leo heads through the wall. Leo said as much, even going so far as to look in my direction. Wow. For some inexplicable reason, I'm not surprised that Leo knew I was spying on him. I'm trying to get things straightened down in my mind when Leo suddenly disappears. The student who was following him also disappears after touching the wall in the same spot on the wall. At the same moment, he vanishes. My vision distorts and the shock threatens to overwhelm me. What is going on here? Wonder if this place is the source of my unease. Like him, I placed my hand on the wall, expecting to be drawn in. I see now that the way to the truth, to why I have these feelings, begins here. I want to know. The atmosphere changes. There's a doorway, an entrance where the concrete wall used to be. It's not something of this world. There's no doubt this door leads to someplace unfathomable. I bid farewell to the false world and take my first step toward the truth. She is adorable. Like, this version of Hakuno is absolutely adorable. Like, when I first played this, I won't deny that I actually played as the male version because, you know, I'm a guy, but I have found, like, when there is a sequel to this game, which, if you guys want me to play it, I definitely will. It's like almost like a Dynasty Warriors type game, but still like a visual novel-like story and really fucking cool. And the one thing I will say is that I chose the female in that because it weirdly just felt right. And like I later found out why is that canonically, like the creator of this, like, kind of flip-flopped. Like, on what he said, like, you know, he says that, like, you know, like, at first he said, like, that the original protagonist was supposed to be female, then later he changed it when the anime came out and said, oh, no, it was always supposed to be male. I'm like, but you said it was female earlier, so, either way, I personally feel like the female avatar just works better, especially since your main servant is Nero, and in the anime, Nero was originally the servant of the female Hakuno, even in the anime, so, yeah. An entrance to another world. Beyond this door, the previous statement perfectly describes the view before me. Beyond this door, sorry. Walking behind me is my strange, silent attendant. It is to be my sword and shield for what lies ahead. A disembodied voice suddenly confirms my thoughts. Although I have yet to learn anything, I need to do something besides stand here. At the very least, there might be some clues as to this bizarre experience up ahead. I have no choice but to head into the darkness with only this strange doll as protection. Now, unlike the other guy, who just literally goes directly to, like, the end, or you don't get this moment, you actually get to control this, because you're actually playing as, like, this character. And in case you hadn't known, because the one thing I'll say while this is going on is that, yeah, you know, we're in like a simulation, obviously, but this is a simulation in which the Holy Grail War takes place, because the Holy Grail War is always like between like a certain number of masters and servants, and whoever wins the Holy Grail War is granted a wish. Now, it works a little bit different in this game, and you'll soon find out why. But the concept is still the same. I'm still, like, a master in the Holy Grail War, and the preliminaries are basically, they erase your mind, they erase, like, your memories, and give you false memories, and you have to overcome them, and basically form a pact with a servant. So, yeah, not everyone is able to do that, and if they don't, they die, as we saw earlier. No longer a typical school campus. The floors and walls, the air, even the aura are slightly off. It wouldn't surprise me to see a monster pop out of the shadows. It's very much like a dungeon here. Welcome, potential master. With a shocking suddenness, a voice begins speaking. It sounds like it's coming from the sky above. If you are looking for answers, you must reach the goal. Now please, step forward. The illuminated cube in front of you is called an item folder. Inside it is a farewell present of sorts for those about to face the coming trial. Touch it to open it, teaching you the mechanics of the game. I got an ether shard! Before you is an enemy program. It is programmed to attack on sight. Touching it will initiate combat. But you won't actually fight, as you are too fragile. The effigy given to you will fight in your stead. If your effigy is ever destroyed in battle, you will no longer be shielded from harm. To put it bluntly, you will die, so be careful in battle. But there's no need to be afraid, for now. Just do as I say and you'll be perfectly safe for the time being. First of all, why don't I explain a little bit about battles? First of all, there are 3 basic commands that you can issue: attack, guard, and break. Each turn in battle is composed of 6 actions, and you'll need to tell your effigy what your strategy is to be. Now, as I played this before, I get this. It's easier to like show than to explain. The enemy before you should be quite easy to defeat, as it will only perform break. Break, which is focused solely on power, shouldn't be much of a problem against attack. Now, use the attack command to destroy the program. Basically, it's like rock, paper, scissors, you know? It's a very easy system to figure out. Aha! Bam! Go, my effigy friend! Hooray! Yay! Victory! We have the one! So, how did it go? One thing to know is that in each turn you will have to plan a series of 6 moves that will defeat your foe. The goal is still far ahead. If you must bask in the afterglow of your victory, do so while moving forward. Yep, you can overcome break with attack, and then, of course, break will destroy guard, and guard blocks an attack. Oh look, here comes another program. You seem nervous. Perhaps you're anxious about fighting in another battle. Do not be alarmed, that enemy isn't strong enough to harm you. It is only programmed to use attack. While attack is a potent action, using guard will allow you to defend and then counterattack. Guard can be used to reduce the damage caused by an enemy attack. I trust you know this. Now that you know how this battle will unfold, use the appropriate command to defeat the enemy program. Yeah, the tutorial's a little heavy-handed, I will say. Like, it's not terrible, but I mean, like, yeah, they're very much holding your hand for this first little segment. Haha! Kick! Round! I win. Yes, that's exactly right. As you may have already noticed, performing 3 successful actions will result in a chain. By performing multiple chain attacks, you can perform a devastating follow-up attack on your opponent. Yep, basically you get 3 hits in a row, you get a 4th hit for free. So there's actually a total of 8 attacks you can do in a single round, if you know all of their actions. While doing multiple chain attacks in the heat of battle may be difficult, the results make it worth the effort. Now, please proceed. Ooh, that's Bones's. That's Fish Bones's. Oh, there's graves down there. I didn't even notice that. Look at all the graves down there. Holy crap. That's a lot of graves. Or at least they look like graves. They're like crosses, so I assume they're graves? I'm not positive, actually. Should be used to the fundamentals of battle at this point. I'll walk you through this last one. Program will only use guard and do nothing in battle but defend against harm. No matter how stout one's defense may be, it will be not against the break command, obviously. Remember, always use the appropriate command for any given situation. I will break you. Break. Oh boy. Oh, bam! I am doing all of the damage. You cannot stand up to my effigy! Ha-ha! That's arms and legs aren't fully attached? That's very interesting. Okay, you've been through 3 battles and have used the attack, guard, and break commands. Someone as intuitive and observant as you have, Someone as intuitive and observant as you must have already noticed this. Each of the 3 attacks balances each other out, creating a situation where no attack is dominant. Yep. What I just covered is the absolute basics of battle, and the minimum info you'll need to know. Once you master the basics, all that's left is to test yourself in battle and gain valuable experience. Literal EXP. Now, proceed forward. I'm going down the stairs now. And now this is a real battle, I think. Of all the enemy programs you face so far, all of the enemy programs you faced so far only use one move, which won't happen in a real fight. Like you, your enemies will choose their actions based on the situation and general observation. Their actions will be very difficult for you to predict at first. As you face the same enemy multiple times, you'll be able to read their tendencies and patterns accurately. Okay, now this is important. When you first enter a battle, your opponent's moves will be mostly hidden from you. Being able to guess your opponent's moves with only a limited amount of info is key to victory. Although considering your lack of fighting experience, I may be expecting far too much from you. But anyway, please try your best. I'm just taking a gander that it's probably the same, and if not, maybe we'll get close. Yeah! We're already off to a good start. Yup, it was the same pattern twice. It isn't always, though. That's the thing, is like, at some points it starts to get kind of random, you know? Good job. Alright then. Please proceed to the final room. Alright, the final room, and this is where we have our big challenge that we faced before, going up against another effigy itself. Yep. I made it. At the end of a long road, after going through a door that suddenly appeared in a wall, the oppressive air of this place where the spirits of the dead still linger. Here's my goal. That's what I thought. Further in, it appears as if someone has collapsed. And look at his face. It's the student who was following Leo just now. Call out to him, but get no reply. I shake him in an attempt to wake him, but when I notice, he's stone cold. Yeah, he's already dead. I go as pale as the corpse before me, and I can no longer think coherently. All I can do is stare in bewilderment. It is at this moment... Uh-oh. The fallen effigy lying next to the male student comes to its feet with a clatter. After having to fight several enemy programs to get here, it's obvious that this thing's an enemy as well. Without warning, it suddenly twists around and comes right at me. Alrighty. Oh, fuck. I have no information. Hey, I got him! Oh, damn. Ah, shit. Oh no! Oh no! I'm in trouble! I has no skills! Hey, I got him! Oh shit! Oh, even! Oh shit! He fucked me up! Well, that's not good. Oh no! And yes, that is supposed to happen. You're not supposed to win the fight. You seem to be lacking as well. I can hear the sound of a distant voice. The time has come. With your inevitable loss, I will consider this round of preliminaries to be over. Farewell. I pray you'll find peace in your annihilation. That is the voice's final words to me. I don't have the power to protest. All I can do is stare at the floor. I think I'm gonna die here. Suddenly, at the edge of my now hazy vision, a number of brown-colored lumps seem to rise from the ground. Actually, it might be that I just now noticed them. They may have been there from the beginning, for all I know. Those lumps are the bodies of an untold number of fallen Tsukimihara Academy students. Holy fuck! I didn't know. Yeah, they just completely left that hidden. Oh, fuck. The guy before me wasn't the only one to fall. All of the others made it to here and died, unable to do anything. And in a very short time, I suppose I'll become one of them. Maybe I should just close my eyes now. I did all that I could, so maybe it'd be better for it to end then. Maybe it'd be better for it to end now. Yeah, this game actually has a multiple number of, like, dead ends, but I'd have to go back and redo that all over again, so I think we won't get that dead end, thank you. I refuse to give up! I refuse to give up. I summon all of my strength in an attempt to get back on my feet. However, as I try to move, an unbearable, intense pain shoots through my entire body. If that's how it's going to be, no, if this is... I still refuse to give up. I don't want it to end like this. I cannot ignore the intense pain coursing through my body. I've reached a point where I no longer see stars as my eyes feel like they're on fire. I feel like all 5 of my senses are being ripped from my body. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the pain. I'm afraid of losing my senses. I'm afraid of becoming a corpse. And the most terrifying thing, disappearing without a trace for any reason at all. It's not right that I disappear here. My consciousness, shot through with waves of distortion, screams out against the injustice of it all. What was the purpose of suffering through these headaches just to fade away here and now? What were they all for if I just fade away here and now? I have to stand up. It's okay if I'm scared. It's okay if I'm in pain. I have to rise above all of that. Rise! Because I have yet to fight of my own volition and on my own terms. Indeed, you must embrace your fear of death and fight on regardless what fate may await you. Well spoken, nameless traveler. Even if the world will never hear of your desire, know that I admire and respect it. Close your hands into fists and raise your head. Your end has yet to come. In fact, your destiny begins now. Yes. sound of breaking glass is accompanied by a light cutting through the gloom. I manage to move my weary body and aching head to see what's happening. I didn't notice it before, but something was slowly rising up from the floor in the middle of the room. That form. Yeah! Best girl Nero. Its appearance isn't much different from that of a normal, from a human being, but something was different. Clearly so. The power emanating from it transcended that of any human, or of an enemy I've faced in getting here. Awesome power that seems as if it vaporized anyone it touched, swirls within my body almost against my will. Now then, I shall ask you once more. Answer me. Are you my master? Yes. Oh god, I love her so much. Your words are few, but beautiful. I like that. I won't ask you how privileged you feel for summoning me. Alright, I give my blessing. I will bestow upon you the honor of being my master. Oh yeah. She takes a hold of my hand and helps me to my feet. From the hand she has grabbed comes a sudden warmth, and then a sharp pain, like I've been cut by a knife. On the back of my hand, as though tattooed, is a strange symbol that looks like some kind of crest. Totally confused, I alternate between staring at the mark on my hand and the person standing before me. And then the noise behind me brings me back to my senses. Turning around to see that the effigy from before is still there, now in a fighting stance. I wince uncontrollably, recalling my previous defeat at its hands. What an excitable master I have! Why are you so flustered? While I am by your side, I have no fear that you may lose your way. Remember that victory is all that matters. My blade is the ultimate instrument. Even the muses themselves would bow before the sound it makes. Master, strike with my sword. Show me the extent of your abilities in this first battle. Alrighty. And I like that to really show you how powerful your servant is, they just basically give this fight to you. Woo! Yeah, there we go. Woo! Yeah! Hell to the yeah, made it to level 2 already, just with that first fight. Wait, what? No, future Brandon, you're not... No. Her clothes are not see-through. That's just silly. That's just stupid. Trust me, it'll be explained. It'll be explained why you seem to think that, future Brandon, but you know, hey, we'll get to that later. Either way, yeah, that was our first taste of battle. That was pretty fucking awesome. The battered effigy stops moving, and there's no way it'll still function after being effectively torn apart. That wasn't entertaining at all. Considering how long I've waited for such a moment, I'm truly unsatisfied. Now, one thing I will say is that the voice actress for Nero, in, like, all of her appearances, in, like, all of them, has been Sakura Tange, who is actually the voice of, if any of you are familiar with Card Captor Sakura, it's the voice of Sakura herself. And, like, I didn't know that when I first played this, and then I watched, like, you know, the Japanese version of Card Captor Sakura not too long ago, and I was like, oh my god, it's the same person! And god, she just does amazing, and I love her so much. She continues to talk. However, the sound of her voice doesn't quite reach my ears. The heat coming from the mark on my hand grew in intensity during the fight, and the resulting pain has become unbearable and burns through my consciousness. The mark imprinted on your hand is your command seal. It is proof that you hold dominion over a servant. You can use it to give 3 orders that must be obeyed. Think of them as disposable strengthening spells. It is also proof of your participation in the Holy Grail War. If you lose it for some reason, you will die. Yeah, and that's the way it works in, like, all the Holy Grail Wars, is that, there have been other instances where people have either used all of their, like, if you use all of your command seals, you are no longer a master. Your servant no longer has to obey you. And the thing is that, the problem is that, servants, like, essentially, they're not supposed to exist. Servants are literally beings that are not supposed to exist, that are being kept in the world purely through the magical contract that you have made. If you use all your command seals, the contract goes away, and so does your servant. So you don't want to use all 3. So basically, you've got 2 strengthening spells, and not much else. Once again, I hear that voice, and somehow manage to ignore the pain and listen to what it has to say. I can understand your confusion, but before I forget, congratulations! You have endured much to make it here. Now rest for a while. You've achieved your first goal. It was an incredibly clumsy effort, to say the least, but that's what made it all the more entertaining. I've had this duty for a long time, but this is the first time I've seen a master as helpless as you. Nevertheless, be proud of your achievement. Your quick thinking came as a result of nerves and rashness. Thinking about it, the voice sounds like that of a 30-year-old man, and it's really irritatingly smug. For some reason, I can see the owner of the voice as a priest, dressed in a somber cassock. He was actually that priest that we saw, like, you know, when we were, the false protagonist earlier. He is, like, the administrator of the war. He's not actually, like, a person, as you've no doubt figured out. They're in a simulation. Everything inside the simulation is a program, an AI, or, like, you know, like a simpler program. Like, they're not really all AIs, you know? Oh, you're curious about my identity? I am honored, but I am insignificant. I am merely a part of the system. I am just a guide, tasked with giving a standard message and given the personality of a prior participant. I am no more than words, no more than the mountain you just conquered, no more than a record of the past. A record? So if I raise any objections to this voice, does it mean I won't receive any answers in return? Exactly. Well, this is unexpected. You have received a commendation, so think about you having a light. I have no clue who would say such a thing about me. But, that short phrase stuck out in my heart. For some unknown reason, I knew the words were sincere. And as for, I expect good things from you, it seemed like more of a command than an encouragement. Now, let us commence your baptism. You have proven yourself worthy of the honor. For most, the monotony of everyday life continues on without end. Your decision to look beyond the accepted and progress means you have earned the right to exist. However, you have taken but the first step. Be jubilant, young knight, for the Holy Grail War begins now. I have no idea what he's talking about. Holy Grail War? The right to exist? That is correct. An object of great power once existed in the world, one that could grant any desire. People called it the Holy Grail and fought endlessly in an attempt to gain sole possession of it. This war, the system you find yourself in now, is an evolution of those struggles. You stand at the entrance of a deadly struggle where many Magi will perish in pursuit of the Holy Grail. Listen, Magi. Had I not bestowed upon the earth desire, you'd be merely saints capable of committing sin. Now, fight to the death. The fiery throne of heaven will only receive those with the strongest of desires. Yeah, only one person can win the war. The voice reverberates throughout this hidden chapel, as if it were the voice of a god. Kill? Magi? Holy Grail that grants wishes? These questions and more swirl inside my head, and almost seem to carve themselves into my flesh. In war, a weapon is needed. That is your servant. They're the spear that pierces, the shield that protects. A legendary soul whose purpose is to clear your way to the Grail. That is the one who stands beside you. Yep. I glance over at the young woman in red standing next to me, who was looking up into the sky. She is my servant. It seems that you have decided, and with that decision as payment, I now open the gates to the Holy Grail War. The mark on my hand, my command seal, once again begin to become excruciatingly painful. It's over. I can't take it anymore. Oh no! Love how Nero is just standing there like nothing, like nothing happened. I reach the limits of my endurance and my mind starts to shut down. As I lose consciousness, I can vaguely hear the voice's final words. Now, let the Holy Grail War begin. No matter the era, deciding who is worthy through battle is the divine providence of man. Magi who have been invited here by the moon, show me your true strength. Time to savor progress. Savor progress. Yes. Progress saved. Awakening binary heaven. Huh.
魔術師による生存競争。運命の車輪は回る。最も弱き者よ。剣を鍛えよ。その命が育んだ己の価値を示すために。
Oh, the first week. Oh, fuck! That's a lot of dead people. I know it might not seem like that, but that's exactly what that is. That's a lot of dead people. Oh, fuck. Seems like even more dead people. The sky burns. So, I didn't read that section a second ago because, I wouldn't have had time. I would have been, continuously interrupting him. I didn't want, our voices to get mixed. So, yeah, I just decided not to read that. Sorry. There will be some more of those sections where, I won't have time to read stuff, so, I'm sorry about that. Houses collapse into ruin. People fall to the ground. Roads come to an end. Conflict started here. With this, the world that was will be restored. It is here that I alone had survived. Don't remember, never forget. Oblivion is salvation in sin. Never forget. I was born from perdition. This must be a nightmare. This had to be somewhere. It could be anywhere. These events that occurred in the true memories of childhood. A torrent of blood flows, and a voice resonated with bitter resentment can be heard. Lives fade away within a thought. Friends, family, strangers, all gone. Soldiers with guns, families trying to hold together. A grotesque struggle to the last, until a gentle peace descends as death comes to claim them. I could not accept all I have seen. The question of why has never left me. Even with the divide between conflict and catastrophe, why did such a tragedy occur? No, more importantly, why has this world been turned into a hell on earth? A gentle rain begins to fall. All things once living fade away, leaving only one behind. Amid the helplessness and despair, their soul's last feelings are of rage and regret. The rain wets their cheeks as their eyes close one last time, dying forgotten and alone. Seeing this, I struggle to rise from the depths of death. I will not accept what I have been shown. If I can live again, I will definitely. But there are no second chances. Before long, the rain has cleansed the scorched earth. Never forget. I was born from perdition. What that means. Somehow, please don't forget it. And it seems I saw some sort of twisted, distorted dream. I am in the nurse's office! With that, I wake in the nurse's office. I must have collapsed and was brought here. So is that world, the effigy that blocked my way, and that servant, all a dream as well? I mean, look at your hand. That's probably the easiest way to figure out. No, the nurse's office is far different than the one I knew. It's similar, but off somehow. So, you're finally awake? I guess there's no limits to feebleness after all. Oh! You're right there! Hello! Hi, Nero! I love you! While you were unconscious, I had naught to do but stare at you while you slept. That is simultaneously creepy and hot. The overwhelming, unforgettable presence of someone suddenly appears beside my bed. What I think to be a valiant young man garbed in crimson is, in fact, a young woman. But as this being is not human, any normal conclusion based on gender or looks would be moot. But it's all for the best, as you have come in time for the start of the Holy Grail War. Incidentally, you are fully aware of what the war entails, correct? What? Holy Grail War? I've never heard mention of it before. What is it exactly? You know nothing of the Holy Grail War? And yet you somehow managed to become a master? While pitiful ignorance is hardly a sin, I shall instruct you as I am able. Firstly, the Holy Grail War is said to have held the blood of a savior, and has the power to grant wishes. Holy Grail. That Holy Grail? It's the basis of the entire body of Western religious history. Holy relic said to perform miracles that became well known through the Arturian cycle. The original has been lost to time, and all that remains are base counterfeits. But no matter. The Holy Grail for which you are fighting is a different object altogether. Early on, the Holy Grail War was the name given to the ceremony Magi held to gain the Grail. I'm trying to stick with Magi because, Magi is not... I've heard it pronounced, Magi and, like, Magi. I'm going with Magi because, you know, they're supposed to, like, they call themselves mages in almost, like, every other, like, you know, translation of the, like, of Fate Stay Night, but, you know, Magi, I guess, is what we're going with here. In truth, it was a bloody melee from which the sole survivor would be granted the Holy Grail. In simple terms, the tournament you're now in is an approximation of the original Holy Grail War. Now, new Magi have emerged in a time in which thaumaturgy has all but faded away. Magi? Magus? Although I can hardly believe those words apply to me, it seems that others think of me as one. Whatever the case, it sounds like this Holy Grail War is a merciless fight for survival. You're hopeless. Here, to win is to live, to lose is to die. There is only one way to avoid death. The rules are simple. 2 Magi are assigned to fight each other using their servants as weapons. The Magus who loses to their opponent is stripped of both their command seals and their life. My eyes are drawn to my left hand where I've been marked with these strange symbols. You will face a series of battles before you reach the Holy Grail. The details really don't matter. There are a number of minor rules, but the most important is win. Simple, is it not? I doubt it's that simple. While I have a million questions, at least I know the basics now. Whether I want to be here or not, I'm a participant in this Holy Grail War nonsense. Indeed. As long as you understand the basics, that is enough for now. Now then, do you know what a servant is? I'm sorry, I don't have a clue. I mean, I actually do, but, you know, basically this is if you play this before, it's a way of skipping past this, but I'm doing this for you guys. You know nothing of servants either? It seems that your ignorance is boundless. With an irritated expression, the servant before me continues to lecture me with subtle disdain. Servants are legendary souls called from the past to help masters win in the Holy Grail War. Only those whose deeds are acknowledged long after their deaths become legendary souls. The servants recreated here by the Holy Grail are drawn from those whose legends endure. Servants are basically soldiers there to guide and protect the Magus who summoned them. As per the rules of the original Holy Grail War, servants are divided into 7 classes. Originally, the classes of legendary souls were hidden, but things have changed over time. Saber, Lancer, Archer, Rider. What were the others? Oh well, there aren't of any importance. Only the Saber class matters. Also, those classes identify core skills only. Replicating every single skill would be impossible. A legendary soul's main traits are aligned with the class and then given form. It'd be safe to assume that an enemy servant's class will give you clues about their powers. Furthermore, it is said that those of the Saber class are far superior to other servants. So then, allow me to test your knowledge. I'm sure you know which class I belong to, yes? She definitely is a Saber. Here's the funny thing, is that she is a Saber, but she is a Saber for the weirdest of reasons. See, most of the time, like, you know, servants, like, for example, to be a Saber, they have to be skilled with, like, swordsmanship of some kind. Nero was not skilled in swordsmanship in life. Nero was a performer. Nero was, like, a general and, like, you know, of course, like, you know, like, one of the, like, Holy Roman Emperors. However, the funny thing about this is that Saber has a unique skill. This unique skill is, I forget the full name of it. Like, I think it's like Imperial Privilege or something like that. Essentially, it allows her to just basically get away with things purely because she's the Emperor, or she was the Emperor. And she was like, well, Saber's the best class, right? I am a Saber now. And it's like, you don't have any sword skills. Well, I do now because of my Imperial privilege. Now she's a Saber. It's funny because her actual class, like the class that most suits her, is actually as a caster, which is really ironic because she has kind of a disdain for casters. Correct. As the Saber class is the best of the servant classes, it's obvious that I'm a Saber. Yes, you have answered well. I can sense the promise and potential in you. Now then, from this time forward, you may refer to me as Saber. No honorifics are necessary. As you are my master, I will allow you to address me as an equal. Saber. Her personality is going to be difficult to deal with, but she's definitely a worthy ally. Wait. If all servants are legendary souls, I wonder who Saber was in real life. My true name? I have nothing embarrassing to conceal, and I'd be happy to tell you. But it'd be a disaster if an enemy were to learn my true identity from you. But if my name were to be known, it wouldn't affect my resolve or approach to battle. I will share my name once I have learned a little more about you. But I understand your unease at knowing nothing at all. Although I can't tell you my name, question not the truth of my words. As for the Holy Grail, all I know is that it grants wishes and creates servants using famous figures from history. With you as a Magus and I as the mightiest of legendary souls by your side, the Holy Grail will be ours. For now, let that truth put your mind at ease. Allow my sword to clear away all your doubts. Where did you go? Where has she gone? Oh no. With that, my servant disappears into the ether. However, I can feel their presence nearby. They must be staying out of sight when they're not needed, so their identity can't be compromised. But how their identity would be guessed just by their appearance is beyond me. Some people, it's kind of obvious when you look at them, though. Oh, Hakuno! You're finally awake? I'm so relieved. You don't seem to have any injuries, so feel free to leave when you feel like it. Also, all of your memories have been restored by the Seraph, so do not worry. Any Magi that seek the Holy Grail have their memories suppressed and are given those of a student. Only masters who manage to recover themselves are allowed to enter the main tournament. Now that you have regained your memories, please review them to make sure they're complete. Regained my memories? That's not right. Outside of my name, I can't recall anything of my past. I realized that everyone around me was forced to believe they were normal students. However, I cannot remember a single thing that happened to me before then. Your memory restoration failed? I cannot help you. I, Sakura Mato, am just a custodial AI. My complaints were totally ignored. Seems she can't act beyond her programming. Oh, I should give this to you before I forget. Oh, portable terminal. She gives me some kind of portable terminal. I assume it's for getting messages and whatnot. As a participant, you should pay attention to any messages that appear on your terminal. And now I have a menu. Hooray! What do you mean you can't fix my memories? I want them back! I want them back! I will stand over you until you give them back. Hakuno, have you met Father Kotomine yet? Good luck in the tournament. It will test your limits. You are not helping me! Finally, the Holy Grail War is officially underway. Seeing as my memories were sealed during the prelims, I'm surprised I made it this far. So this is the real thing, huh? Vibe here is totally different from the prelims. I went to the rooftops to get a look at the sky. You should take a look, it's pretty wild. Have you heard of that Kotomine guy? I haven't seen him around. Strange that. Oh, you've gotten through. That's excellent. You haven't seen Tsukimihara until you've seen our rooftop. Yep, the game is telling me to go to the roof. Well, let's see if there's anyone else to talk to. Oh, there is. That's weird. I can't get into the classroom. I guess I'll have to kill a bit of time. So you're the infamous ghost in the machine. It's surprising such a thing exists. It's more surprising that Tosaka's participating in this Holy Grail War. It's sobering. Things seem stricter this round. Kind of like the prelims. So, okay, all the student council types are NPCs. They're dressed in boring old black figures. If you have a question, I'm sure they'll answer you, or die trying. Interesting. Huh, you're a master too. Don't come near me, I have nothing to say to you. Okay, asshole. Yeah, at the start of every, every round, people are basically given a week to, learn about each other, to, learn about their opponents. Well, hey there! Well, apparently she doesn't want to talk to me. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to talk to her neither. Not like I thought she was, adorable or anything, standing all the way there at the corner. Oh, hello, Alice. Lady, you're a master too? Huh. Interesting. We are going to the rooftops. Oh, the world is literally just code. Well, holy shit. I've investigated this school from top to bottom, but there's nothing unique about it. The girl pats the walls and floors, murmuring something to herself. We've never met, but she can't be anyone but Rin Tosaka. She has a nice face and figure, gets good grades, and is popular at Tsukimihara Academy. From what I hear, she even makes Shinji jealous. However, she became popular while the school was at peace. Things are different now. That defiant gaze is nothing like the vacant smile of a popular kid. Holy Grail War. Before I even knew it, the school had been turned into a battlefield. Rin knows it too. Yeah, I hadn't registered it before, but we're all predators now. It's kill or be killed. I have to acknowledge that as the truth. If I don't, even if I don't want to. Huh? You over there. Her eyes soften as she looks at me. Yeah, you. I haven't checked out the NPCs much yet. I know a simple way. Don't move. Unexpectedly, her fingers reach out and touch my cheek. Such thin, delicate fingers. Oh my god, yes. Touch me more. Do it. Stroke my face, yes. I realize how remarkable it is that so strong a gaze can come from so innocent a frame. Imagine that. You're warm, though you shouldn't be. Huh? That's weird. Seeing a red cheek flush like that? Her face is just 3 centimeters from the tip of my nose. My heart races at the closeness. Her breath exhales warmly against my cheek, and her hair tickles my bare neck. Her pat down on my shoulders and stomach seems playful compared to the harsh gaze from earlier. Transfixed, I'm unable to move as her pale fingers slide over me. Interesting. You're more well-built than I had expected. You look and feel real. Maybe more real than most people. Hey, what are you laughing at? It's to our advantage to look into everything, even the NPCs. She looks behind her, scowling. Although invisible, her servant must be there. Huh? She's a master too? No, a master should be more... Wait! That means when I felt up... She must have been thinking about it because she's blushing, as am I. Yes, some girl-on-girl action. I am definitely down for this. How embarrassing. Shut up! I can make mistakes too, you know. Don't call me a pervert. I'm pretty sure she was addressing an off-color comment coming from her servant there. It could have been my imagination. Or a hacker. Such a detailed NPC would rarely exist otherwise. Anyway, you're to blame for confusing me. You're too bland to be anything but an NPC. Nothing but a blank look on your face, even now. Were the prelims too boring to jog your memories? She touched on a subject that I would rather not think about, even in jest. Kind of grinds me to a halt. No way. Your memories still haven't returned? That's really not good. Once you enter the Holy Grail War, the only way out is to win. Leaving, prematurely isn't allowed. Even without memories or previous battle experience, you still have to fight. Oh well, it doesn't matter. You'll be defeated in the Holy Grail War soon enough. As the concern disappears from her voice, I glimpse the real Tosaka, my opponent in the Holy Grail War. It isn't personal. She considers everyone in the Holy Grail War her enemy. An impudent blow, but it piques my interest. You will be an intriguing foe should you have the courage. Those are fighting words, Master. When we meet her in battle, I will give her my answer to them. Unlike my servant, I have no witty response to my future rival. I have to win. Not that I know what's at stake. Now that I know what's at stake, I have to win. Well, I guess I pity you. We're not cracking into the system and destroying it. We're hacking. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's on the other side of the Seraph's wall once it goes down. Did your soul get jarred after you made it to the main event? If it's lost or unreadable, then how about you investigate later? Well, in any case, you don't look like you're cut out for fighting. Thanks to excitement or nerves, everything feels unreal, no matter if you have memories or not. You can't help feeling like you're in a dream. It'll be hard to win feeling so disoriented, sorry. So I've lost my memories. Who am I? What's my story? What am I even doing in this Holy Grail War in the first place? All I know is that I'm a servant. Servant. All I know is that I'm a master, with a servant at my command. Alrighty. I think that's as good a place as any to cut it for this episode, because we're just about at time, and... yeah, there's not too much we can do. Oh, I'm eased across the board. Eee! So yeah, I think that this is where we'll cut it for this episode, because holy crap, this has been a lot of fun. We've finally gotten past the prelims, and now we're going to be heading into the first, the first week of the battles and everything. We'll learn who our opponent is next time, and we're going to be getting into some awesome stuff. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you being here with me. Like I said, next time we're going to learn more about the system that we're trapped in. Seraph. Like, it's all like an abbreviation. And, yeah, as Rin said, we're hacking into the system. It's funny how mages don't really have magic in this futuristic, timeline that we're in. They're hackers. They, hack into these systems and use, different programs to, create quote-unquote magic. So, yeah, it's actually super interesting, and I really like it. But we'll get more into that next time. So thanks again, and until next time, have yourselves a beautiful day, my beautiful, beautiful viewers.